We have something really fun that's about to happen that I have been trying to make happen for a little while now. I have been trying to find the perfect space to be able to start selling our 3D printed items in as far as a storefront goes. But no, I don't want to have my own storefront. I wanted a shelf in somebody else's store where I could sell their products. And I am so glad that I have finally found one. Today, I'm going to talk to you about what I'm printing for that store, how I'm going to make it work, and my ultimate hopes for it. If you've never been here before, my name is Ashley. I have built a six-figure bakery from my home, and now I am taking everything that I learned to build that business to build our 3D printing business. But this time, I'm taking you along on the journey to help you build a business from home. Whether you're trying to make income on the side or make this your full-time, make sure that you subscribe to my channel for lots of tips to help you to be able to grow your business to where you want it to go. Let's get into today's video. I have been searching some time to be able to find a storefront that was looking for good quality 3D printed items that they would sell in the store. We do have a store in my small town that offers to do that kind of thing, but they're already carrying another 3D printing business who's actually from out of town. So when this new store opened up, it's about 30 minutes away from me. I was hoping maybe that I could get in there with a shelf space. Funny enough, the physical storefront actually used to be a prior business along the same lines that I sold my baked goods in. So now I feel like I'm coming full circle, coming back to the same physical storefront, although it's a different business, with the 3D printed items. So the way that this works is every single month I pay a shelf fee that gives me a set amount of space, and I can put all of my items on that shelf, and whatever sells, I get the money from it. They don't take a percentage of the sales. Different stores do things differently. Some don't charge you for the shelf. They only take a percentage of sales. Some do both. They'll charge you a little bit less for the shelf, but then they also take anywhere from 10 to 20% of the sales. I've had lots of experience with this in the bakery. I've had my baked goods in 3 or 4 different stores. So I know what I'm looking for when I'm trying to establish a relationship with a business that does this. And this particular kind of business is one where the store is made up of several small business vendors. So there might be somebody who makes drinkware, there might be soy candles, there might be crystals, all different items, and they all rent their shelves out to be able to sell their products. Let's talk about what I am working on right now for the store shelf. So I am making more basic models right now because I have a bunch of multicolored models already that are going to be priced a couple dollars higher per model. And what I wanted to work on was some that are still nice looking by using gradient filaments, but that only have maybe just black for the eyes, or in the case of these axolotls that are printing, the eyes will actually print separately. So they will have black and then the white dot, but they print separately and I can glue them in, which makes it a much quicker print. So these are little axolotls. They are using this Zyro filament. It is called Vibrant Coral. I have talked about the Zyro filament before. I absolutely love their filament. I personally think that they make the best gradient filament. If you want something that's matte, they do have some shiny ones too, but predominantly I use their matte ones and I just love them. I can leave links in the description for the Zyro filaments for you to take a look. My A1 Mini is down right now. I will have it back up tomorrow. I actually had a problem with the purge wiper on this machine, so I took the purge wiper off of my A1 Mini, put it onto this A1 because I needed the multicolor capability. And I've just put a little bit of crazy glue on the one that was on here, and I'm going to get it back fixed tomorrow. The problem that happened with it is this piece right here actually seemed to have broken. So that black part right here was pulling away, and then it wasn't allowing the wiper to move back and forth. So next time I place an order with Bamboo, I'm just going to order a new one. For me in Canada, it was like, it's $7 to replace that part. So that's not a problem at all. I'll do that, but I'm not just going to order it on its own. So A1 Mini will be back up tomorrow. I'm just going to let that glue dry overnight. And then on this one over here, I'm making these octopuses, if you can tell. Octopi, do we call them that? But this is using the Zyro gradient again, and it's almost out, so I'll show you this one. So this is what it looks like. This one's called Ocean. This one makes really great prints. I love it for crystal dragons. It does so many things really well. But you can see I'm printing these, and I do purge to infill to try to help with some of the purge weight. It's a color where like the green will hide the black on the inside, so I'm not worried about that bleeding through. But they have been going for, I think, about 6 hours already, so just under 2 hours left, and they are done. I will show you guys tomorrow morning once I have more items on the go. Hopefully I can get the A1 mini back up first thing in the morning as well, just to be able to get all 3 printers running, because I have lots that I need to get done before starting in this store on April 1st. Now, the reason why I love this is because I don't want to have a storefront. Some of you may want to have a storefront, and that is wonderful for you. I hope that it works out. I've been asked so many times when it comes to the bakery, when am I going to open up a brick and mortar location? My answer is the same every time. I won't. I never will. I am happy with what that bakery has grown to. I don't want to have a storefront, and I will tell you exactly why. The main 2 reasons why I don't want to have a storefront is, one, I don't want to have to be in that physical location every day. Especially when you think about something like a bakery. Bakeries have to have the products fresh baked on the shelf, ready to go, typically for the morning, to get the morning rush. People might want to come in, get their coffee and tea, and have a cookie or a scone or whatever that is for their drive into work. So if I was going to make that work, I would be getting up every single day at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning to get into the bakery, to get things ready and baked and on the shelf for when it opens. I don't want to do that. Number 2 is, again, with being tied to that space is all the overhead that comes with it. I don't know about where you live, but where I live, you can't really get a decent sized space for less than, I've heard some people can get it for about $3,000 a month. But especially when I was contemplating a bakery space, there was not anything less than $5,000 a month that would work for that. I could probably get something a little bit smaller for 3D print type thing, but even still, it's several $1,000s a month just for the actual space. Then you have to heat that space. You have to have lighting. You have to have all the insurance. You probably eventually then would want to have staff so that I am not having to be in that space 60, 70 hours a week. So there's so many overhead costs that come with it that I just don't want to pay for. I would rather be able to grow in my house where everything falls under my current bills, other than maybe some higher electricity bills for when my printers are all running. But I'm already in this space. I can be working these printers all the time because I'm already here. Okay, good morning, everybody. So we are off to work early this morning. And by off to work, I mean working here. So you can see those cute little octopuses finish. Again, I love this Zyro filament. I'm actually making some crystal dragons with it right now as well. We're almost out here, so I've put the new roll on. The crystal dragons are my favorite in that filament. The axolotls finished, and I got their eyes put in. So they're looking pretty cute. Right now I have some otters printing on here, and they as well, the little nose and eyes will print separately and then get popped in. So it just helps them to print way, way faster. And then I have the mini back fixed and running. I just crazy glued the spot on the wiper that needed to get fixed. It seems to work perfect. So it is printing a stand right now for this bird feeder bird house right here. It's the only one that I need a stand for. That I have some bird feeders and bird houses here ready to go because I want to be able to put a couple of them in the store. It is a great time of year for bird feeders and bird houses. This is actually one of the reasons why I originally wanted a 3D printer, was to be able to print these. This house in particular, this tuned bird house, was one of the reasons why I wanted a 3D printer to begin with. And I'm going to be printing myself some more birdhouses this year for up at the trailer. I am excited to do those as well, but this is what I'm starting with to get into the store. And these are going to be going for a little while. I have some other work to do, and I want to get some more bookmarks done. I made these bookmarks myself just on Maker World. Really love how they turned out. I printed this one actually in 2 colors and 2 different sizes, and I just love the textures to it. I think that it turned out really great. So that's the first bookmark that I fully designed and printed by myself. And I'm going to be doing some more bookmarks so that I have them for the store, because bookmarks are always a popular one for me. So stay tuned and I will keep you in the loop on the ones that I am going to do for the store and how they sell. And maybe for other people, you have a dream of having a storefront because you want to be able to sell filament to people. You want to be able to fix their printers, all those kinds of things. And that's awesome. And I hope that if that's a goal you're working towards, that you get to that goal one day. It is not a goal of mine, at least not right now. I can't say that maybe that won't change in 2 or 5 or 10 years when my kids are a little bit older, but right now, that's not a goal that I have, and I'm happy to be growing in this space. But I do want to be able to have my products in front of people where they can just walk into a store and buy it. And I'm really happy because the store that I'm going into has said that they have people come in asking for 3D printed items, because I think that now where I live, they're in enough stores that people know what they're looking for and what they want from them. But I like to think I have a pretty high quality item because I'm pretty particular about my layer lines and how everything looks. And I have a good assortment. So there are some people who only sell the toy, and that's great and it works for them. For me, I want to sell more of an assortment. Of course, I'm going to sell the toys. I know that's what people are going in for, but I also want to sell bookmarks and birdhouses and other items that people can use for different areas of their life. So I'm super excited to get into the store and see how those items move, and for them to be able to tell me what the demand is for certain items, because they're going to be able to see what people are coming in and looking at. I know what my demand is right now when I go to local markets, but that's not to say that is going to be the same when it's in a physical storefront. So while I'm also really going to start gearing up for my night market that runs in May, and I have to make sure I have enough stuff printed for that, I'm going to be printing now to really make sure that I get enough stuff for the store. And I want to make different things in terms of what I have for the toys as well. Okay, welcome back. So let's drop in here and see what's going on. So the otters have finished. I added their cute little eyes and noses. They printed so fast. I'm really happy with how they turned out, how quick they printed. I now am using a different Zyro filament. This one is called Twilight. And I am just making some flexi snakes. And then when they are done, they will have the glass eyes put on them. I always have a huge demand for these snakes with the glass eyes. I think the glass eyes really take them up a notch. The mini is working on some more parts for another tuned birdhouse. I have decided I want to be able to have 2 ready before I go into the store so that I can bring 2 in. Because the store is about a half an hour away from me, it's not somewhere I can just run in every single day. So I want to be able to put one on the shelf and give one to the staff there so that they can put the second one out on the shelf if the first one goes. And then over here, we still have our crystal dragons from earlier printing. You can see the way the gradient is working on that. Again, I just love this ocean color one. It looks so nice. So that is probably it for what is getting printed as far as what you'll see in this video, because I'm going to get it edited and these are all going to take still a few hours to go. I plan on getting this up, so stay tuned for the next video and hopefully I'll be showing you a lot more prints that will be going in the store. I'm really excited to take you all along on this journey with me, show you what it's going to look like when I set up and the actual display within the store. I'm trying to figure out, my biggest hurdle right now is trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to price the items, because each item will need an individual price tag on it. And I'm just trying to work out the best way to do that in terms of how it will look. If you have any tips, please drop them below in the comments. I start in the store on April 1st, so I do have a little bit of time to figure that out. But I'm really excited to show you guys how it is. And maybe for some of you who are looking to do the same thing, you can see how it'll work for me and in turn how it might work for you. And you can start looking out for these types of stores in your area. If you want to continue to be able to see what's going to happen along with this journey of selling in the store and what's working, make sure that you subscribe. Please give me a like on this video. We are a small growing channel. I come here every single week to try to drop business tips for you guys to help you to be able to grow your business. Your likes mean so much to me. And what do you think will do well in the stores? What do you think will not do well in the stores? Let me know in the comments. I would love to know what you guys think. Until next time, thank you so much for watching and happy printing!